It's time for the Sport Corner Siam Hockey League News. This episode of the Sport Corner Siam Hockey League News is brought to you by the Big Chili magazine, where in this issue there's a great article about the financial crisis in Thailand in 1996 titled the Tum Yung Gung Financial Crisis that shocked the world and ended Thailand's status as an Asian tiger economy. This article talks about how in the summer of 1996, banks and financial institutions in Thailand had lent billions upon billions of baht in very questionable loans, including huge sums of money to convicted swindler known locally as the Biscuit King. The article takes you through the different stages of the fall and how it spread to surrounding countries such as Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Laos, Hong Kong, China, Brunei, Taiwan, Singapore, Vietnam, and South Korea, just to name a few. This is a great read for those of you interested in why there are so many unfinished buildings in Bangkok. This week of games started on Sunday, January 14th. In our first game, at 8:30, we had the Sukhumvit Spitfires going head-to-head with the Aware. The Spitfires are coming into this one on a 2-game win streak. For them to keep things going, they need to not get complacent in their game. They'll need their top players, Ernesto Ladies Man Bauer, to keep producing, but they'll also need Harrison Ace Otstemelt to get back to putting points on the board as well. Their netminder, Dream Unkal Patsanuk, has been doing well between the pipes, and if he can keep this up, the Spitfires should surprise the Aware. Aware are coming into this game on fire with a 4-game win streak. They've been doing well to spread the points around and really make it a team effort. They've had sub-goaltender Jui Lertitsri between the pipes for them, and he's been keeping the net quite sealed down. Things started off quick with this one when Pim Jaratuaprida was called for high sticking just a minute into the first period. Just 30 seconds later, an Aware gets their first goal, scored by Devin Michael, which was assisted by Corry Day and Darius Konatopaz. Just a minute and a half later, an Aware scored their second goal of the night, an unassisted one by team captain Patrick Lumbach. Just shy of the 10-minute mark, and the Aware scored their third unanswered goal, this one by David Bohr, which was assisted by Darius and Yean Thanakroekkiat. Less than 30 seconds later, an Aware scored their fourth goal of the period, this one by Pu Surachirat, which was assisted by Corry. The Spitfires looked a bit desperate, and Adrian Myers was called for tripping with 5.5 minutes left in the period, but the Spitfires seemed to come together and prevent Aware from increasing their lead more. With just shy of a minute left in the first period, Adrian is called for a second penalty, this one on an interference call, and again, the Spitfires did a great job of killing this one off. The end of the period saw Aware leading 4-0. Just 3.5 minutes into the second period, and Aware's Ryan Yaden is called for slashing along the boards when he was trying to prevent Adrian from making a play. An Aware's solid penalty kill didn't allow the Spitfires to mount any type of attack. Just under 7 minutes into the second period, an Aware scored their fifth unanswered goal, this one by Corry, which was assisted by Patrick and Pooh. With just under 3.5 minutes left in the second period, Aware scored their sixth goal of the night. This one was scored by Joni Heinonen, which was assisted by Ollie Moyes and Pooh. In the closing seconds of the period, Devin scored his second of the night, with the assist coming from Ryan. The end of the period saw Aware with 7 unanswered goals. 6.5 minutes into the third period saw Corry for Aware snap one to the top shelf and add another one to their total, with the assist going to Devin. About a minute and a half later, an Aware scored their 9th goal of the night, this one by Patrick, with the assist going to Corry and Devin. Dream finally closed the net down after this one. With just 5.5 minutes left in the game, the Spitfires broke Dewey's shutout attempt when Harrison breaks his dry spell, with the assist coming from Brad Wilson. With just 3 minutes left in the period, Michael Wyatt is called for tripping, and the Spitfires did a great job of keeping the puck out of their own end. The final score of the game saw Aware dominating the Spitfires 9-1, with the Aware doubling the Spitfires' shots 32-16. The star of the game for the Spitfires went to Harrison for his goal. The Rolling Stone Pizza Player of the Game went to Corry Day for his 2 goals and 3 assists, and had a chance to chat with him after the game.
I have the Rolling Stone Pizza Player of the Game, Corry. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. There's nothing Four Caesars watching NHL this morning couldn't help you out with. Feeling a little hungover now the game's finally started.
So what was going through your head when you put that puck in the net the last time?
I was trying to go 5-hole and it went top shelf. I guess I got lucky. I'll be honest with you. It's nice playing with these guys. Patrick just sets you up day after day after day.
That's true. He's a good guy. So what happened with the eye, man?
I don't know. I don't know if it was a stick or a puck, but Patrick just zipped one through and hit me. I'm sure it was a puck. No one would use a stick around here. all good, Will.
Excellent. Well, congratulations again. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
In our second game at 9:30, we had the floundering Hertz facing off against the spiraling Expedia. Hertz are coming into this game at the bottom of the heap with only winning 2 games this season, and one of those games being a forfeit win against the Expedia. For them to pull off a win in this game, first, they need their goalie, Lance Parker, to really turn his game around. Second, they need to start making their shots count and stop shooting the pucks into the other team's pads. Third, they need to really come together as a team. And fourth, they need to forget about the games that came before and just look for a win. Expedia are on a 3-game losing streak. They really need to forget about these last few games and really come together as a team. One of the problems is that they have too many players that are trying to solve the problem by themselves, and they are not working together. If they can do this, they should be able to come out on top. The first period was filled with lots of action, but neither team could seize the advantage and score a goal. There were many scoring opportunities, but Lance and sub-netminder for Expedia, James Cox, were walls. Just a minute and a half into the second period, and Hertz breaks the wall of James with a goal from Mike Triaca, which was assisted by Andy Brine. This opened up a floodgate of goals for Hertz, and 45 seconds later, captain Justin St. Denis put one in the net with the assist coming from Bill Bredesen. 3 minutes later, Hertz get another when Mu Tengsakul scores, which was assisted by Patrick Faustner and Andy. With 4:20 left in the period, Hertz get their 4th unanswered goal, this one by Bill Bredesen, which was assisted by Brendan Vick and Justin. With a minute and a half left in the period, Expedia finally answered back with an unassisted goal by Yutaka Kuraya. Just over 5 minutes into the third period, Remo Nefanegar from Expedia is called for interference. Expedia was doing a great job of killing off this penalty when, with less than a minute left in the penalty, Yutaka is called for tripping. Expedia did a great job of killing off this 5-on-3 and also the 5-on-4. With just shy of 7 minutes left in the period, Expedia scored their second goal of the night, this one by Remo, which was assisted by Yutaka to bring Expedia within 2. With just over 5.5 minutes left in the game, Hertz get their 5th goal of the night, this one by Patrick, which was assisted by Mike and Bill. The final score of the game had Hertz breaking their losing streak with a 5-2 win, with Expedia having just a slight edge in shots 37-31. The star of the game for Expedia went to Yutaka for headmanning quite a few rushes on the night. The Rolling Stone Pizza player of the game went to Lance for his outstanding play on the night and keeping out 35 of 37 shots.
I have the Rolling Stone Pizza player of the game, Lance. Congratulations.
Thanks, Dominic.
Wow, great game, man.
I did my best, and it worked out this time. Sometimes I do my best, but it doesn't work. But it worked tonight.
And 36 shots on net.
Yeah, there was a lot of different shots. We had breakaways, a lot of breakaways. 5 breakaways? One of them they scored, darn it. But yeah, I had a lot of fun stopping the puck tonight.
Okay, and what do you attribute to having such a great game?
Well, I'll tell you what, tonight I had a lot of fans in the stands. If they could come in and say hello to everybody watching. These are my fans from Denmark. Come in.
Hello.
This is why I won. They were all cheering for me. Everybody wanted me to win, and so it worked.
Excellent. Well, thanks a lot. Congratulations again, man.
Thank you. Thanks, Tom. All right.
Woo!
For our second night of games, in our first game of the night, we had Expedia versus the Aware. Expedia are really struggling right now, losing their last 4 games, with a big loss on Sunday to Hertz by 5-2. Having their regular goaltender Yves Gaboreau back in the net should be a big boost for them. Although their number 1 points guy, Yoni Playmaker Eos, continues to add points, their other stars, Jordan Sharpshooter Ashton, Mike Wilson, and John Sheknovsky, really need to find a way to get back to adding points to their totals as well. If they can figure out how to do this, they should be able to give Aware a run for their money. Aware are on fire right now, winning their last 5 games. To go with this, Aware have signed outstanding goaltender Patrick Leduc to a contract for the rest of the season, which should really help bolster Aware knowing they have a consistent goalie in the net behind them. The biggest thing that Aware have going for them right now is that they have really gelled as a team more so than any of the other 3 teams. Aware started this one off just shy of 2 minutes into the first period when their captain, Patrick Lumbeck, found the back of the net, with the assist coming from Devin Michael. Just 2 minutes later, Aware find the back of the net again, this time with Daria scoring with the assist coming from David Bohr. Aware seemed to be on fire in this one with lots of passes, which started to frustrate Expedia. With just under 6.5 minutes left in the period, Jordan of Expedia pulled the first penalty for interference. Expedia seemed to settle a bit after this and did a great job of killing off the penalty and preventing too many scoring opportunities. With just under 2 minutes left in the first period, Remo Nefanegar is called for hooking, and Expedia is forced to again display their penalty kill prowess. At the start of the second period, you could again see the frustration starting to set in with Expedia, and just a minute and a half into the second period, Darius gets his second goal of the night, with the assist coming from Yean Thanakroekkiat. At 13:37, Moncor Sukhumvit is called for body checking, adding to Expedia's frustration and anger. At 12:47, Yohannes scores Expedia's first goal of the night, with the assist coming from Mike. Less than a minute later, Aware answered right back with a goal by Corry, which was assisted by Yean. At 11:45, Expedia's Remo was called again for hooking, causing the frustration to spill over, with Remo yelling at the refs and banging a stick against the glass, incurring a 10-minute misconduct penalty, causing more frustration with Remo and more stick banging and yelling, which ended with Remo getting a game misconduct. With just 9 minutes left on the clock, Aware's Ali Moise scored their fifth goal, with the assist coming from Moncor. With 6 minutes on the clock, Yohannes scored his second goal of the night, with the assist going to John. Things seemed to settle a bit when, with just under 3.5 minutes left in the period, Patrick is called for hooking. Less than a minute later, and Darius is called for hooking as well, setting things off again. With just 2 minutes left in the period, Mike Wilson lets the frustration get the better of him and takes a run at a player, and is called for roughing. As the frustration gets worse for Mike, he starts yelling and banging his stick off the glass, incurring a 10-minute misconduct penalty. Things seem to calm down a bit for both teams in the third period. With almost 5 minutes gone in the third period, Yean steals the puck, splitting the defense, and lets a rocket go, finding a hole on Eves, scoring an unassisted goal. With 7.5 minutes left on the clock, Yean shoots the puck out of the rink in his own zone, getting a delay of game penalty. With just under 5 minutes left on the clock, Devin passed the puck to Corry, who passed it to Yean, who found the back of the net for the second time. With just over 2.5 minutes left on the clock, Moncor commits a stupid penalty of kneeing an Expedia player as he skates by and is given a minor penalty for his efforts. Just a minute and a half later, and Steven Sproul receives a pass from Yohannes and finds the back of the net. The final score of the game saw Aware winning its sixth straight game, this one 7-3, with Aware also having more shots on net, 25-21. The star of the game for Expedia went to Yohannes for his 2 goals and assist. The Rolling Stone Pizza player of the game went to Yean for his outstanding offensive and defensive play all night, as well as his 2 goals and 2 assists, and I had a chance to chat with him after the game.
I have the Rolling Stone Pizza player of the game, Yean. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Wow, great game.
Yeah, it's a little bit tired.
2 goals.
Yeah, it's only shoot the puck, yeah, and get a score. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thanks a lot. Congratulations again.
Yeah, thank you.
Our second game of the night at 9:30 was Hertz going against the Sukhumvit Spitfires. Hertz had a great game this past Sunday, beating Expedia 5-2. If Lance can keep up his gameplay and Hertz can continue to play as a team, they should be able to capitalize on the Spitfires' loss on Sunday and pull off another win. The Spitfires lost a rough one this past Sunday, 9-1 against Aware. They just couldn't seem to do anything right. What they need to do is forget about this game and get back to playing the game they know. Harrison has started turning things around for himself, and if he keeps heading in this direction, he can help the Spitfires bounce right back into the win column. Hertz came out in this one looking like the team from last Sunday and scored in under a minute and a half, with the goal going to Brendan, with the assist coming from Justin and Andy. 3 minutes later, and the Spitfires answer back with a goal by Patrick Fossner, which was assisted by Michael White and Scott Murray. A minute and a half later, and Hertz take the lead again with a goal by Justin, which was assisted by Bill. Both teams looked warmed up after this, and neither team could get many scoring opportunities. With just under a minute and a half left in the period, Hertz increases their lead when Kim Lidberg scores, with Bill getting another assist. The second period saw Hertz looking like the team before this past Sunday, when the Spitfires' Scott scored just 45 seconds in, with the assist going to White. 2 minutes later, and Harrison scores for the Spitfires to tie it up, with the assist going to Tan Lippenpet. A minute and a half later, and Patrick gets his second of the night to put the Spitfires in the lead, with the assist going to White. With 7:23 left on the clock, Harrison scored his second, with the assist coming from Adrian Myers and Ith Thanakroekkiat. At the 6-minute mark, Moo gets a breakaway, and he is hooked from behind by White, preventing Moo from getting a shot. But Moo is given a penalty shot. Moo came down the ice with speed and does a quick move to the right, then left, and then to the right again to try to get Dream out of place. But Dream comes up big and stops Moo. With just under 5 minutes left in the period, Jason Bitter scores when he received a pass from Harrison, who received one from Tan to put the Spitfires up 6-3. Just shy of 4 minutes into the third period, and Justin starts breaking down the ice for Hertz when Jason grabs Justin, preventing him from breaking away, and is called for interference. With 6:22 on the clock, the Spitfires had a miscommunication and were called for too many men. With just seconds left in the penalty, Hertz's Carly Hills scores after she received a pass from Moo. With 3 minutes left in the game, Brad went to flip the puck out of the zone and accidentally sends it out of the rink, giving him a delay of game penalty. With just over a minute and a half left in the game, Patrick scored his third goal of the night for the Spitfires. It looked like things were finished for Hertz when, with just under a minute left in the game, Andy sends the puck to Justin, who sends it past Dream to make it 5-7. With just 23 seconds left in the game, Andy steals a pass and slams it in the net to make it 6-7. Hertz pulls Lance to try and tie it up, but they just couldn't get the puck to bounce their way, and the buzzer sounded with the final score 7-6 for the Spitfires, with the Spitfires coming out on top with shots 33-27. The star of the game for Hertz went to Andy for his 2 assists and an unassisted goal with 23 seconds left in the game. The Rolling Stone Pizza player of the game went to Patrick Faulkner for his hat trick and had a chance to talk with him after the game.
I have the Rolling Stone Pizza player of the game, Patrick. Congratulations.
My pleasure. Thanks so much.
Wow, hat trick tonight?
Yeah, it was. I feel like I'm getting into the league. Guys are all great. They're taking me in very good. Other teams and my own teams who I play always. So I'm getting like passed around, but I feel great. Everybody's nice and yeah.
Excellent. So what was going through your mind when you got that last goal and you knew it was a hat trick?
I wasn't going for it, so but I'm happy to take it. So first mindset is always win, but I'll take the hattie too. It felt good. And I'm happy as a kid.
Excellent. Well, congratulations again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Thanks.
On Sunday, January 21st, we have the start of Week 9. Our first game at 8:30, we have Aware versus Hertz. Aware are at the top of the pack right now with 9 points. The last time Aware lost the game was back on November 26th in 2017 when they lost 5-1 to Expedia. Since then, their closest game was when they beat Expedia 4-3 on December 12th, 2017. The biggest thing that Aware have going for them right now is that they've really gelled as a team faster than any of the other teams. I believe the reason they were able to do this is because they lost their full-time goaltender early on, and they didn't know if they would be able to rely on a goaltender to make up for their mistakes. Now they have signed Patrick Leduc for the remainder of the season, and can Aware keep up the same level of play they did before? This game should be a good test for them. Although Hertz lost the last time out against the Spitfires, it was a close game that saw Hertz come back after giving up 5 goals in the second frame. If they can play a whole game like they did in the first and third period the last time out, they should be able to challenge Aware and maybe surprise them. In our second game at 9:30, we have the Sukhumvit Spitfires facing off against Expedia. The Spitfires won a close one on Thursday against Hertz, which they needed after their 9-1 blowout loss to Aware last Sunday. For them, to win this one against Expedia, one of the things that may work for them is if they can get under Expedia's skin right away with a few quick goals. If they can frustrate Expedia, they should be able to control the flow of the game and come out on top. Expedia lost an emotional game last week to Aware, which saw them have Mike and Remo get 10-minute misconduct penalties each, and Remo get a game misconduct. For them to be able to stay in the game with the Spitfires, they'll need to keep their heads about them. If they can do that, they should do well against the Spitfires. That's all for this week, and I'll see you at the rink.
The opposite was very strong. I was good.
The Sport Corner's Siam Hockey League news is brought to you by Big Chili Magazine, the best read expat lifestyle and news magazine in Thailand. It covers interesting issues in Bangkok and the region while bringing its readers engaging stories and various exclusive interviews, food reviews, and more. You can find the Big Chili Magazine in bookstores and online at thebigchili.com.